Well, I don't know if you saw a few weeks ago, I made some bowls using Epsom salts. Well, I'd run out of soap dishes to put anywhere and sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some soap dishes using these shell molds that I absolutely love. They really are popular. And I'm going to use Epsom salts, but this time I'm going to also mix through some of these clear crystals. Hopefully that's going to leave some gaps in the salt and give it a different texture. And we will find out. Today I'm going to be using the epoxy resin by Tea Expert, which is the crystal clear. I love this. It cures really well and it works brilliantly for this sort of stuff. And the great thing is, it is at a ridiculous price. It's so good value. I've got my resin mixed up now, and what I'm going to do is colour it with these transparent colours by Let's Resin before I go any further. Give that a really good mix in, just to give it a bit of colour. And if you want to know where I got these really big bowls from, then they're part of my resin toolkit, which comes with loads and loads of things that is brilliant. Ideal for using for resin and some other crafts as well. I love it. This is why I picked it. Everything was hand picked. Also comes with this massive mat as well, and lots of other things. So check it out. The link for that's in the description below. Yep, they've got enough colour in them now. And this is the important bit. When you're adding the salt, don't try and add it all at once, because you want it to have a decent consistency. You don't want it to be too thick and not be able to run slightly. Let's have a look at that. So that is a little bit too runny, because what will happen is some of it will separate away from the salt and you'll get a layer of resin that has got no salt in it that will come to the top. Oh, that's much better. So that's ideal. And now what I'm going to do is chuck in a few of these crystals. And the reason I'm putting these in is I'm hoping it's going to create some spaces within it and give it a bit of fun and texture to it. I mean, it might not. They might just blend straight in. That I'm not sure about at the moment. Right, that's still take a few more of these. And these are so cheap to get hold of. I'll link everything in the description below. So that one's ready. Now let's do the same for this one. Oh, that can take quite a bit more of this salt. And the other great thing as well, this really does extend your resin as well, because you're using about half the resin that you would normally use for this. I think I still need a little bit more in that one. Perhaps I had a bit more resin in that bowl than the other one. You want to make sure it's fully coated. Now, whenever you're adding salt or sand or anything like that to your resin, it will trap a lot of bubbles. So wait about 5 minutes before you pour this into your molds and burn the bubbles off with a long neck lighter, because that way you will see less bubbles in it. But I quite like the bubbles myself. Yep, and that's fine. So I'm going to leave those for about 5 minutes. As you can see, you've already got bubbles coming up on the top of that. So I'll leave that for 5 minutes, then I'll show you how to pour them. So this has been waiting about 5 minutes. I'm just going to quickly burn this off. Now, there'll still be some bubbles in there, but I'm not too worried about that. Now, I've got a little hand mould, which is ideal for guest soaps and things like that. If you've got guests coming and you want to give them a soap. And now all I'm going to do is pop a little bit on the top of this, like that. And then open up this back bit and push this resin and this salt into all the nooks and crannies of this mould. Because these little corner bits here sometimes are quite difficult to fill. They're quite difficult to fill with normal resin. So you do definitely have to do some squidgy widgy. And then once you're in there, all I do is trying to be as messy as possible, obviously, because what would life be like if I wasn't messy? Push this all the way down into all the nooks and crannies of this mold. Now, you are going to get some trap bubbles with this technique, but actually the resin itself, because you've not made this too thick, fills it in lovely. I love this effect. It came out so well on the bowls I made. And if you haven't seen that video, then check it out, because they are definitely, without a doubt, a bestseller. I haven't got any left. And it's not because I sold them. It's because my family decided they all liked them and said, could they have them? So I said, yeah, of course you can. Because if we can't give to our family, who can we give to? So we're going to do a bit of squidgy widgy all the way around to ensure that we've got it everywhere, and then we can just fill this up. Now, I have got quite a lot here made, and I'll always use it up. I won't waste any of it. Hey, there we go. Oh, there's a big bubble there, so we'll get that run out. The great thing is you can see if there's big bubbles. Okay, well, that one's that done. And then the same for the little hand ones. I love these little moulds. You can actually make soaps out of them in the shape of the hands, but they work really well for guest soaps. If you've got people staying and you're using little soaps to give them, they work really well for that. And make sure, again, you push right onto the fingers. Give that a bit of squidgy widgy, a bit of tappy wappy, and a bit of flicky. Oh, no, I'm not going to say what rhymes with that. Comments in the description if you know what I was going to say there, or if you can think of something that rhymes with flicky, other than what I was thinking. I don't want to get them YouTube demonetized. So we'll put them to one side. Now what I can do is leave them for 5 or 10 minutes, burst any bubbles that come up. I'll carry on doing these ones, and if I've got anything left, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. So I've got more left than I anticipated, so what I'm going to do is hop it into this other soap dish mould that I've got. Unfortunately, this one's coming to the end of its life now because it's had so many castings made from it because it's such a popular item. All I'm going to do is fill this up. If I don't have enough, then I'll just put the other colour on the top, but I think I am going to have enough. Well, these have all gone lovely and hard now, and they're ready to be taken out of their moulds. Now, the crystals, I can see them in there, but they don't seem to have had the effect that I was hoping for them to have, but we will see. Let's take these out their moulds. Oh, it's so lovely and smooth. I'm going to keep this one for my own bathroom because I need a new soap dish and I love it. Don't you think that's come out absolutely beautiful? And that's because I put the two-tone in this because it was the one I used the spare stuff for. Or the stuff that was left over. Look at the little hands. Oh, again, that's come out really, really nice. Oh, it's so tactile. Really nicely. Look at the beautiful pattern that is in that. Now, the gems have... I can see the bits where the gems are on this one. More. There's a few there. Or maybe if I'd have put more in. I don't know. But I do like it. And it's made... Oh, it's lovely and smooth. Maybe they'll show on something slightly bigger like this. This has come out amazing. Oh, look at that. Now, that is where I didn't possibly mix in all the salt properly with the colour. But you can definitely see... See, that is solid there, but you can definitely see the little gaps in it, which gives it a bit more interest because the light comes through it differently. And that is what I was looking for. But again, I wish I'd put a few more in. That has come out so nice. Oh, I think I must have put a few more in when I did this colour, the reddy colour, the pinky colour, because you can definitely see, this is all the gems, these gaps, and that is exactly what I wanted to achieve because it makes it look, I don't know, a little bit more interesting, a little bit more different. I do love the way that has come out as well. I love demoulding. So much fun. And maybe I didn't put as many in that, or because it's thicker, it didn't have that same effect. But I do like it. I think they come out nice. So overall, I'm very, very pleased with those. I love them. And I'm sure they are going to sell really, really well. Because they're just something slightly different. Check out the video I made where I added salt and sand if you haven't already seen it. And made some brilliant pots. That's coming up next. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.